Welcome back. The blob would twist my neck with its hairy, arm-shaped lumps. This sure is a beginning. While the shadow would fall upon me. Ah yes, is that like the tree lady? So I have to choose between Scylla and Charybdis now. Which would kill me? The blob? The shadow? No, it was definitely Kurokami. Just then, the shadow and the blob started fighting over me. Fight, yeah, show it. Kurokami kept babbling her nonsense as she gazed seductively at me. Okay. All I could do was keep laughing dryly, as if it were the funniest thing in the world. However, my heart ached yet again at the sight of her moist eyes. Moist. All of a sudden, I heard a death cry. Who won? The fleshy blob descended upon me and smashed my head to bits. Oh, I was hoping the tree lady would win. It seemed the monster's fight was over. Ha 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 ha. I felt just like Kamenuma. This was all just some repulsive nightmare anyway. So I wanted it to end as soon as possible. Ha 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 ha. When did I get here? No, it was the other way around. Where had I been all this time? Kurokami was still sitting in the wheelchair, her father pushing her along. And I was still standing right in front of them. Had I been standing here all this time? Just then, Kurokami stood up on her broken leg. I have the volume up pretty high and I cannot hear his voice at all. I don't know what they did with the audio, but it's not the best. I don't understand you anymore. I understand. And because I'm the only one who does, my heart will sob. Kurokami bitterly ground her teeth and wept. Ow, that sounds painful. I was bewildered, yet my heart ached at her tears once more. I literally cannot hear him. If he's talking, he's like whispering. Stop it. You can't deceive me anymore. I should have never gotten involved with you. It felt like I was tearing my own heart in two. Just a short while ago, I was telling her how I'd save her. Look, these two are already incredibly toxic whenever they're around each other. Just don't. Just don't. Yet here I was now, cruelly denouncing her. Even so, I just didn't understand what was what anymore. An empty laugh burst out of me, just like in that nightmare. I'm deceiving you? You're the one deceiving me. No, you. No more. I'm sorry, but is that a rabbit in the background? I just noticed on like the shelves, there's like a little rabbit. Oh, very cute. I can't stand this life any longer. Kurokami. Oh. Nani? It took a few seconds before a woman screamed in shock. After all, there was now a gaping hole in my neck. Well, that escalated. My empty laugh no longer exited through my mouth. It just leaked vapidly out of the new hole in my neck. Huh. He's bleeding. There's so much blood. Toy. Father, please forgive me. She just cut a person's throat in front of him and now she's like, hey yo, please forgive me. That makes sense. I cannot stand this life any longer. No more. Kurokami tightened her grip on the box cutter in her hand. Where did she get that? She then looked into my eyes. This just truly escalated just out of nowhere. You really were too late. So now, she's taken way too long. So now I can finally rest in peace. Y'all need to talk a little quicker, I have places to be. And with that, she spoke no further. Thank you. Only vivid blood gushed through the new hole squirming on her own neck. Huh. I was rapidly losing consciousness. The world was fading into pitch black darkness. I no longer understood anything. My mind couldn't wrap itself around it. My feelings, hers, what had happened, what was happening. I didn't understand any of it anymore. Sorry, Kiko. I should have never gotten mixed up with her. Huh. How are you feeling? Think you can get up? Hinagata opened the curtain to find Kamenuma still sleeping in the infirmary bed. However, he had the covers over his head, so she couldn't see how he was doing. Kamenuma? Sleeping like a baby, are we? Hinagata rolled back the covers with an impish smile. Her shrill scream echoed throughout the school. I woke up in what probably was a hospital bed. My body was sluggish and there were bandages wrapped around my neck. I tried moving a little, only for my throat to sting. But it seemed I'd survived. I had to find out if I was still in that nightmare. I slowly got out of bed as I tried to find the angle that least hurt my neck. I opened the curtains slightly and felt a surge of relief at the sight of the lights of the town. Good, I wasn't in that maddening nightmare anymore. There was no girl clinging to my leg, no disgusting blobs roaring, and no sinister shadows to be seen. That was, without a doubt, the real world. Wait, the real world. I saw orange flickers in the night outside. Oh my. Those flickers rose up into the pitch black sky one after another like fireworks. The city's on fire. They were like dragons. I saw dragons painted in flames rising up all over town. It was an unimaginably beautiful sight straight out of a fairy tale. I'm not sure that's how I'd describe it, but okay. A dreamlike scenery, not of this world. This world was a dream. And it wasn't just me this time. The whole world had been sucked into a nightmare. The blazing dragons turned into tornadoes and spun up into the heavens. The scorching hellfire tore up both the night sky and the veneer of reality that covered the world and burned them all away. The world was burning to ashes. And so would this place before long. Dragons of fire spouted out over town one after another. I felt like I locked eyes with one of those newborn dragons. Forgive me, Kiko. I should have listened to you. What on earth is going on? Oh, okay. It just ended. I've heard that this has chapters, so I guess that's the end of a chapter? Is it kind of like a... Oh my gosh, okay, whatever, it's still going. That chess piece with the horse's head. That's called a knight, right? But these pieces were huge. Just one of them was the size of a liquor bottle. That piece was pinched between even larger fingers and smashed head-on into one of mine. What on earth is going on? The remainder of the piece scattered about with a thrilling sound. The audience of card soldiers cheered. Are we in like Alice in Wonderland now? Oh my gosh. Another one of your pieces is mine. How do I pronounce that? Sech King's head alone was as huge as a boulder, so his disgusting laugh was boomingly loud. He wore an outfit befitting the king of the card soldiers, topped with a bowl cut and Coke bottle glasses. What's more, he had pimples all over his face. On the visual and auditory discomfort scale, he'd win in a landslide. No questions asked. Okay. Elisu. Sorry, it's not Alice, it's Ellis. We lost it. We lost another one, Elisu. We're so close, but we don't have enough pieces. We're short again. Wait. That rabbit that I literally just pointed out that was in the hospital. Was it like watching? Huh. Mr. Rabbit gripped his head helplessly. Totally not Alice, by the way. Get a grip, Mr. Rabbit. It's like you're hooked on a rigged slot machine. Why do all of his stories turn out to have like some other like alternate universe dimension godlike creatures being the ones pulling the strings constantly? Like that's what looks like is going on here too. You've been saying we're so close for ages now. You got any idea how many pieces I've paid for? Edisu! I'm sorry, Edisu. I'm so sorry, but victory should still just be a stone's throw away. There was a gargantuan chessboard between us and the Sech King. I don't know how to pronounce that until they say it. On it were a mix of what appeared to be red and black chess pieces. But this was in fact... Oh, it's just chess backwards. Naruhodo. This was just Sech. A game similar to, but completely different from chess. I see. I had no idea what the rules were. You know how knights have a very specific movement pattern in chess? Yeah, well, all that was out the window in Sech. The whole thing made no sense. Like, you could move one square if a black cat jumped out, or you could hide behind another piece if a thrush chirped. Even though I was the player, I had no choice but to leave my fate in the hands of this rabbit who knew the rules. Is this like the blob thing? Too bad, you lost such an important piece. Mr. Rabbit, was that piece really such a big deal? Yeah, I was about to use it to strike and turn the whole game around, really. Now your offense is in shambles yet again. That's hard to read. Bokuchin. You were so close. You could have actually cornered me. Same. Ugh, I hate this. Now that we've lost that piece, ugh. Sigh. This is what happens when you don't focus. Get your head in the game. I'm not really the audience for these types of weird intrusions into these visual novels, I'm not gonna lie. They don't add anything for me, they just immediately rip me out of it. You've still got pieces lying around, you know? The game's only just getting started. Same. Oh boy. Fine, but this really is the last time. Got it? Edisu! Thank you. You're a lifesaver. Some parts of Sech resembled shogi. Much like that game, you could add new pieces to the board. The card soldiers cheered with joy when they learned I'd decided to add new pieces. So they're definitely doing, like, I guess the Higurashi time loop thing where just like restart, do it again. Is that like why he was talking about how he felt like he kind of knew her even though they'd never met before? Because I guess this is like the 50 millionth time they've done it. Still, it's kind of a pain to create new pieces. That's the whole problem. I don't know anything about this story, so I have no idea if I'm right or wrong. But your strength always wins out. I only wish I could be so brave. Hey, it's cool. Just leave it to Princess Erisu. A trolley with tools showed up and the audience cheered again. Boy, they sure don't pull any punches, huh? The card soldier's trolley contained an assortment of sickening torture tools whose purpose I didn't want to imagine. Is Erisu the tree lady? Or was that just the rabbit? What new pieces will you bring out this time? I'd hate for it to be something powerful. This is definitely the blob creature. God, you're annoying. Hey, Mr. Rabbit, checkmate him for real this time, okay? That's the idea. We'll get a bunch of strong pieces and checkmate him in one fell swoop. A bunch of strong pieces. Which ones and how many this time? You're not gonna like it. Bring it on, for I, Princess Erisu, will defend the Akanae Minobe Kingdom. Okay. Such a valiant princess. I'm liking you even more. Now I know I must have your country and add you to my new family. Same. Yeah, no thanks. Mr. Rabbit, you better have some strong pieces in mind. So, which ones do you need? The rabbit fidgeted apologetically. Your left pinky and wrist. Also, if I could get 4 fingers from your right hand, we'd definitely win. Okay, they use body parts. Somehow I'm not surprised. You sure? Those ones will really do the job? I'd like your left eye too, if you don't mind. I just know that'll be enough to win. I know it. Fine, I'll throw in 1 extra as a freebie. But you'd better win this time, you hear me? Thank you, Erisu. Then we should be able to get another piece with 3 of your front teeth and 2 from the back. Yeah, take as much as you want. Thank you, Erisu. We'll seize victory for sure. Trust me. Komatta desu yo. Oh no, this is bad. You're bringing out a ton of strong ones. Bokjin. Now I'm gonna lose. No. A lady's fingers, arm and teeth are a small price to pay if it means never seeing your pimply mug again. Why, I'm hurt. I can't take all that hate. I'm sorry, Alice. I'm so sorry. I'll try to make it as painless as possible. And with that apology, Mr. Rabbit picked up a torture tool similar to a giant pair of nail clippers and approached me. The animated audience suddenly fell silent and gulped as they watched. When I thought about it, the main attraction of this game, no, this show, was less the match itself and more the adding of new pieces. After all, even the Sech King was watching me with far more excitement than when he had took any pieces on the board. Wasn't he intending to make me part of his family? At this rate, my whole body would become Sech pieces before that ever happened, wouldn't it? Okay, I'll start with your left pinky. I'm so sorry. Don't apologize, just checkmate him for me. Mr. Rabbit placed the nail clippers, no, finger clippers, made for the sole purpose of cleaving off a left pinky above my left hand. Why was such a large audience so quiet? It'd be way easier to distract myself if they were cheering like they were before. Stop jittering, just get it over in one clean go. It hurts more when you try to be considerate, like last time. Sorry, I'll make sure that it doesn't hurt more than it has to. Mr. Rabbit put the tip of the razor-sharp blade against the last finger I had on my left hand. Yes, that's right, I'd already given up the others in exchange for more pieces. You're gonna cut off my wrist anyway, right? Can't you just start with that? Sorry, it's the rules. Okay, here I go. I'd be damned if I gave that pimple-faced bastard and the audience anything to rejoice over. Don't acknowledge it. Don't acknowledge it. 1, 2. Come on, enough with the countdown, just do it already. That's like my opinion on all of these novels. Just do it already. Stop spending 30 minutes talking about the same thing. I felt like there was a red-hot iron searing the spot where my pinky used to be, now swollen 100-fold. The swelling ached, in sync with the rapid beating of my heart. But no, I couldn't acknowledge it. I couldn't bear it if I did. I simply stared off into space as I bit my upper lip, my eyes widening. And then I concentrated solely on the thought that I was nothing more than a statue. Next is your left wrist. Oh wait, it hurts more when I try to be considerate, right? Sorry about that. I didn't care anymore. I just wanted to get it over with. It was taking all I had to wear a mask of composure. It was suffocating. Just then, I locked eyes. He, along with the audience of card soldiers, stared at me with rapt attention. Their faces were lit up with anticipation. Screw you all. Like hell, I'll play to your expectations. Like hell, like hell, like hell. I felt like my brain had been stabbed with a sharpened ice pick. And immediately after, the sensation of everything from my left wrist up had become a giant scorching heart, which beat violently. I couldn't acknowledge it. I couldn't accept that sensation. I was a statue. A statue. I fought back everything building in my throat. If I released it, that meant I would have acknowledged it. But despite my efforts, I whimpered anyway. Did you say something? Did you? Nothing at all. Oops. I pressed it too quick. Even so, I couldn't acknowledge it. I couldn't. I would never give the damned audience what they wanted. Oh, they dragged this out for so long. Like, I don't care. Cut the body parts off. Hurry up. I felt my desperate resistance shatter to pieces. Same. I unleashed a scream of agony from deep within. It was too late. Now that I'd acknowledged it, it was all too late. A gushing sensation I'd been ignoring from the stump that used to be my left hand assaulted me. It felt like a fire hose. It reached my brain, and with that I lost the willpower to hold back my screams. The audience immediately burst into a tumultuous uproar of laughter. That sight spun around like a whirlpool and it swallowed me up. But I wouldn't let it take my sanity. Just then I felt cold metal press against my right hand. Mr. Rabbit had just finished setting up a horrific metallic device that would rip off my fingers. I'm not gonna lie, this is not for me. I don't care about it. I don't want to spend 20 minutes reading about chopping off someone's fingers. I don't care. Just move on. I'm sorry, if you do care about this, you can find the link in the description and you can spend as long as you want reading all of this. It's not for me. Yeah, body parts. Why does it take so long? I'm just gonna keep skipping through until we get to something new. They're still taking body parts. Oh my gosh. I don't care. I heard someone calling me. Who was it? Have we finally moved on? Whoever it was, I could tell that their calls had ended this nightmare. But this was the first time that had ever happened. Are you okay? Huh? Same. There was a boy in front of me. He wasn't in my class. This complete stranger had been the one calling out to me. Are you talking to me? Yes, you looked rather pale, so I called out to see if you were all right. I didn't know him, but the purity in his eyes conveyed his sincerity. If he hadn't said anything, I'd probably be continuing to suffer in my nightmare. Still though, I felt like today's dream had been particularly horrible. I couldn't remember it well, but it had definitely been an awful one. I don't know who you are, but thanks. See, thing is, I've got a bit of a case of nightmare-itis. Same. Nightmare-itis. I'm crazy, so I get bad daydreams all the time, you see. I dozed off right after lunch and had this really messed up nightmare apparently. That could be a symptom of some disease. Maybe you should go to the infirmary and talk to the doctor about it. The school doctor? I see Mayuhin all the time. I'll be A-okay.
割と元気そうだぜ。よかったよかった。
You seem pretty fine to me. That's a relief.
みたいだね。でも一度先生に相談してみてね。
Yeah, but tell the doctor about it, okay?
夢は心や体調のサインであることも。
Dreams often reflect the condition of the mind.
あんがと。でもまあ、おいらのは多分そういうのじゃないから。
Thanks, but I kinda doubt that's how it is in my case.
不思議の国のアリスならぬ悪夢の国のエリスだからね。
Alice in Nightmare Land is no Alice in Wonderland after all. Huh? Same.
とにかくありがとう。
Anyway, thanks a bunch.
あんたも用があって通りかかったんでしょ？
You were passing by because you had things to do, right?
昼休みは短いよ。そうそう、行って行って。
Lunch break is short, so you'd better hurry.
じゃあ
Thank you. Bye.
行くよ、夏くん。
Let's go, Nuts.
こんなのよ、本当にただのかすり傷なんだぜ。
Seriously, it's just a scratch.
傷なんざ舐めときゃ治るってのが男ってもんだぜ。
What? A real man heals his wounds by licking them. Okay, if you say so.
ばい菌が入って可能したら大変なんだから。
You shouldn't. What would you do if it got infected?
高校男児がすり傷程度で保健室なんて恥ずかしいんだよ。
It's embarrassing for a high school boy to go to the infirmary over a tiny scratch.
ダメだよ。ちゃんと消毒薬を塗ってもらおうね。
Don't say that. You need to put some disinfectant on it.
やだー、俺あのシミのやつ大嫌いなんだ。
I hate that stuff. It hurts like hell.
ダメだよ。さあ、保健室へ行こう。
Don't be like that. Come on, let's go to the infirmary.
いていてててててて、そんなバカ力で掴むな、引っ張るな。
Quit pulling. Your beastly strength hurts.
失礼します。
Alright, this just keeps going. Apparently it's not ending, so we're gonna end this episode here. I honestly have no clue what is going on. But I guess we'll come back next week and find out. I don't know. Let me know what you guys are thinking of this novel so far. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it is very not for me. I'm kind of sticking it out at this point, seeing if it does actually have like chapters and maybe there's like a nice end point where we can go and do something else, but it just keeps going. I'll see you guys next week. See ya.